Hey friend, how are you? Do you ever think about the emotional content of your creative work? I remember the first time that I got to know this term, emotional content, that was a few years ago. I was a student to composition in the Music Academy in Jerusalem, and my composition teacher saw that I was struggling in composing kind of complex orchestral piece or something like this. So he stopped me in the middle of the all the considerations, what to put, which instruments, what kind of orchestration, and all this kind of technical stuff. And he just asked me, what is the emotional content of your work? And I remember that question snapped me out of this kind of technical mumbo jumbo that I was going around. And I really thought about it. Yeah, really, what's the emotional content of what I'm doing? And what do I mean by that? I mean, I got to think about it a lot since then. That was 6 or 7 years ago. The emotional content is actually, what do you really try to produce? What do you really try to do? Because if you think about it, anything that you're doing in kind of a creative, artistic way has the purpose of creating any kind of emotions or feelings in the listener or the reader or the watcher. If it's a movie, it's a film, it doesn't matter what kind of a creative endeavor you're in, it has any kind of an emotional content, of an emotional impact. That's what it's all about, after all, because if it doesn't has any emotional impact, it doesn't do anything, right? That's what art and that's what creation does all the time, creating any kind of emotional impact. So that day when my teacher asked me that question, that completely changed the way I think about the music I produce and the songs I write, and even the lessons that I teach, that are also a kind of a creative process for me. Because I always, from that day, and of course that's a skill that I still working on and still develop, start from the emotional content, starting from asking myself, what is the content that I'm trying to convey here, but in emotional way? Is it, if it's, let's take an example, if it's a song, okay, so is it a sad song that I want to convey this kind of sadness, like because of my lover left me or something like this? Or is it more kind of an uplift song that I want to target to the dance floor for people to dance, and that it will have any kind of an energetic emotional content? Or is it as more kind of sentimental emotional content? Or you know, you see it very clearly in movies, right? Because in movies the music must fit the emotional content of the movie, otherwise it won't work. And that's what great film scores do, fit to the emotional content of the movie. So I think that's a great question to ask yourself anytime you start any new of a creative process. It doesn't matter if it's to write something or to compose something or to film something or whatever it is. What is the emotional content of your creation? In this video, the emotional content that I'm trying to convey is any kind of interest and exhilaration and curiosity. That's also kind of emotion for you, for your creative process. Okay, so that was my point about it. I would like to hear what you think about it. You can comment and write me, and I would be glad to hear from you.